like one of the main things that really like kind of drew me to Smooth People from that first gig, and just yeah every gig since then, is like you've said, it's very different to pretty much any other band that I've seen in Perth, and it kind of does feel a little bit like you guys. I don't know if this is just within your band or as like a broader thing, but it feels like you guys are kind of pushing this like counterculture, kind of not even just against indie music or mainstream music, but really just all kind of that idea of derivative sounds recycled, kind of riffs and stuff. It feels like you guys are really making a concentrated effort to say, no, we don't want to do that. We want to express ourselves in our way, not recycle anything. So I'm interested in how you guys perceive yourselves, like, relative to the idea of counterculture within this scene.
Well, I think all culture, you know, eats itself and spits itself back out. Um, Everything is derivative, as we as we harped on about, and I think with our kind of style, I think to a degree we do kind of fall victim to it sometimes. I think a lot of the times when you follow the formula of things, you are falling to like the mainstream sort of culture, or um, music of the culture that dominates it follows the formula. That's why people like it. It's an easy recipe for success in making good music. Um, and I think our response to that in getting rid of, you know, what's the word? I think we kind of eliminate that when we do improv, stream of conscious kind of music, because I feel like the only thing you're deriving from is just your gut instinct at that point. And I think too much of the culture now relies on being safe, knowing what you have to play, and I think our greatest pushback against that is our improv.
Would you say Smooth People is like an intentional effort to push back against that mainstream culture?
I would say we. Uh, I don't think we did it with the express purpose, but obviously, I at the same time can't deny that that was something going through my head when we were initially talking about making this band. We harp on about places like Indie Bar and whatnot for like having the same, like being the indie band kind of factory. Like he just kind of pushes out bands into like this kind of like commercial states. And I think what we're doing is an aggressive response towards that, whether we like it or not. So, yes.
I think it's more of a thing of trying to. I think we would all just like to see more bands or more artists that are just fucking really weird and unique, and I think it's more about that. I think that is the essence of our countering mainstream music, not as like a thing to just like piss on all the indie bands or whatever. Like I don't see any point in that, but it's more about there needs to be more fucking soul in music. There needs it just needs more life, and I would love to see a whole lot more of that.
I hope we're able to inspire people to get weird and get experimental and get really friggin' out there.
No.